It's always exciting to go exploring or touring in your canoe or kayak or on your stand-up paddleboard. But to have the best time you can, it pays to be prepared and to have a plan in place should things get challenging. So here's Helen Reeves with the Go Paddling Guide to staying safe on your paddling trips.
Preparation is important, and knowing where you're going and what type of water you'll be paddling on is essential. So plan your route, even if you're familiar with the area. You can get routes and paddle trail information at the Go Paddling website, and the Paddle Points feature has everything you need to understand where you can get on and off the water. It's also really important to update yourself on the latest weather and water conditions before you go. You can find river level information on Paddle Points, while on some rivers the authorities responsible for maintaining them also give guidance on water levels and flow, which can be really useful. If you're unable to find the latest bulletin though, use your judgment when you get there, as in some cases it can be dangerous on the river after heavy rainfall. If the river is flowing fast or the water levels are high, it could be better to find a different location and type of water, such as a lake or the coast. Your route plan should also cover which way you're paddling in relation to the flow. Are you paddling upstream or downstream? Travelling against the flow or upstream will take you longer, which will affect your finishing time, so take this into consideration. Also, set out places to stop and eat, and any possible obstacles that you might have to get out and carry your boat around, such as a lock. You might also decide that you need to take equipment to help you with this, like a set of wheels. If you do take on food during your trip, it's really important to clean your hands before you touch the food, as water can contain harmful bacteria that can cause Weil's disease and other illnesses. Think of all the possibilities, and then you can really enjoy the paddle. Once you've got a plan, share it with someone. The very least you should do is tell someone where you're going and how long you think you'll be, so you'll have someone watching your back. Of course, it's also then really important to stick to your plan, so if you get tempted by a detour while you're on the water, just send a text to let that contact know. Skilled and experienced paddlers often paddle alone, and many people love the solitude of solo paddling. But when you're starting out, it's always best to go with at least one other person. The shared experience can be really satisfying, and you can both encourage and look out for each other. Okay, so I'm ready to go, and I've left my route plan with a friend. It's going to be a longish trip, so I've got some extras with me. I've got my packed lunch, I've got a drink, and I've got some warm layers to stay nice and cosy during the breaks. On every journey though, you need a few simple basics, regardless of the distance you're travelling. First up, you need to dress right. Today I'm wearing some leggings and neoprene boots, and with my spray deck, my bottom half should be pretty comfortable. On top, I've got a base layer and a cag, so I'll be toasty. Take spare clothes with you in a dry bag, and you'll always be comfortable. It's not just in case you fall in, you could get caught out in the downpour, and changing your kit could keep you safe from exposure. If you want to sit on top, you need to think a little bit more about your bottom half, as it's going to be exposed. So you could wear a wetsuit, or a more comfortable option might be to wear neoprene leggings with waterproof over-trousers. You'll also need some good neoprene boots, and if it's cold, neoprene socks underneath, because your feet will always be in the water on a sit on top. The next essential, of course, is the buoyancy aid, or PFD for short. Always wear one, even if the water is calm, and make sure you tighten the straps. A good trick is to expand your chest and stomach as you tighten the straps, and then you'll have enough slack to breathe comfortably while you're paddling. Other things you should always take with you are a small first aid kit, a mobile phone and a dry bag, some energy snacks in case you get tired and need a boost, a sponge to bail out water in the boat if needed, a drink, preferably with electrolytes to keep you properly hydrated, sun cream, a hat, and sunglasses if the weather is good. If it's warm and you don't need to wear a cag, take one with you just in case for downpour. And if it's cold, make sure you add warm layers and wear a hat while you're paddling, as well as taking additional warm kit in your dry bag. The last thing to carry is your licence, or proof that you have permission to paddle on that stretch of water. If you're a member of British Canoeing, your membership card gives you a licence to paddle over 5,000 kilometres of waterways. If you're not sure whether the waterway you want to paddle is covered by your British Canoeing licence, or you want more information on where to go paddling, then visit Paddle Points on the Go Paddling website. When you're paddling, be aware of the river conditions ahead, don't just focus on the bit in front of you. Take notice of the flow of the water or any changes during the trip. If the river starts running faster, it could mean that the conditions are becoming more challenging. You should always be cautious around moving water. You also need to keep a lookout for floating debris or signs of submerged obstacles that could cause you problems. Stay well clear of overhanging tree branches and also avoid sluice gates or weirs on the river's edge, as these can destabilise you.
So there you go, some great advice there from Helen. Before you go, check out the paddling blog section on the Go Paddling website for lots more information and tips, as well as advice on sharing the space with other water users and, very importantly, protecting the environment. But the most important thing is to have a great time. So as long as you follow these simple safety precautions, you can be sure that every trip will be a safe trip.